Hey, Tin Cat. Not much, just still setting up some final stuff. Just doing the stuffing. Hey, Cass. Doing all those final notification stuff. Alright. Okay. Yes, Terry. Hi. Terry says hi. Yes. Hi, Terry. Hi. Sure. Let's see. So, this one's actually a little bit different because, where are they? There they are. Because, like, you know, there was like the original kit, and then they made some extra feet for it. Like, I don't know if you can see them there. And then what they did was they made a special kit that was actually just this whole new kit with a different color. Actually, I think that, yeah. So, like, there's actually some alternative instructions, but only for the feet. Alrighty. Okay, so let's see. Let's get started. Yeah, we got the rodeo. Welcome in. Yep. Yes, Terry. For someone who is very happy, you know, not being around, suddenly you are around. Okay, actually, I'm going to need this other one just to see what the change in parts are. Yeah, the rodeo with the special toes. I actually been looking in the I don't know, I just had a sudden urge to go back to Iron Blood Orphans, so I was like, oh hey, I'll started reading the manga, watched all the clips from that little mobile game they had, and it's like there are so many Rodi variants, and I kind of want them all, which is funny because when I first saw the original Rodi, I was just like, eh. All right, what was I doing? Yes, hi Terry. You know, you were napping 5 seconds ago, and then you saw me doing stuff. Alright, so let's see. I need B5, which is going to be from this white sprue now. Whoop. That just popped out of there. But yeah, but I mean, like, also some of the variants get like really different from the original, like, round shaped Rodi. Like the spinner Rodi is very different, because it's missing like almost all the curves. Like it's missing a lot of the armor, so it's just like, you know, this one very tip part of the chest onto a solid frame. Then it's got like the arms. The legs are more bulky and square shaped, and it has like, you know, kind of like one of those maneuvering backpacks like you see on the what is it, the Psycho Zaku and the High Mobility Zaku and Thunderbolt. So like it really looks really cool. The only thing, I've been looking at it and I'm like, okay, I figured out how I can mostly build a Spinner Rodi, because they have a kit, the Gundam Astaroth, the second one, the Renacita, I think is how it's said. They have that one, and it's like mostly, like in the lore, it's supposed to be mostly Spinner Rodi parts anyway, because they have the frame, but they don't have all the original armor for it. So it's like, okay, so I can get that, and that's the arms, legs, arms and legs of the Rodi. I just have to arms, legs, and chest of the Rodi. I just have to figure out the back, because the Gundam frames don't have this curved part, which is supposed to be like the reactor. Hey, man, yeah, that's all right. Feel free to lurk. But the Gundam frames don't have this part, so I have to figure out how to put that on the back of the Astaroth, which I feel like might just be like getting a little hobby saw and just zoop, just really cutting one off. But yeah, like there's most of it. Then I really just have to figure out the head, because there's nothing that has the same head as the Spinner Rodi, because it's not the nice little frog shaped one. It's more like a mix between like a GM and kind of like a camp fur. If you remember what the camp fur looks like, where it's got that kind of like hound's head with a horn on the nose, but it's got like a short, but the Spinner Rodi has a shorter, blunter horn. PC8. It's you. But yeah, like weirdly enough, I was happy to just be like, I will probably never ever be interested in making a Gundam kit. And then I saw the Spinner Rodi, and it's just like, I am now suddenly interested in trying to make that. And since it doesn't exist, I have to make it. You could do with spinning back the way I need you to. That would be great. There we go. Alright, and B6. This one is coming from the orange sprue. The great part is, because like I got the same sprue twice, but in different colors, I have spare bits. I think the reason they did that is because in the original Landman Rodi, these all would have been one color, but our original Man Rodi, but in the Landman it's orange and white, so they just did the same sprue twice. Which I don't blame them for making it easier on themselves. Why do more work when you don't have to? Okay, and I need a B6 from the orange. But yeah, I just finished my Iron-Blooded Orphans rewatch last night, so thankfully that trauma is done being repeated. Alright, and you look like you would go like that. Like, it's a great show, but holy cow, is the ending tragic. EC2. Okay, and look like you should go in here. Oh, wow. So that looks like it's just going to be up and down spinning, not forward and back. What these little pieces are usually the shoulder joints that the arms go into. And most of the kits I've seen so far, there's kind of like a vague suggestion of a place to put these pins, and then just like a wide open slot so this thing can like swing back and forth, up and down, and go all sorts of directions and provide mobility. This one looks like that is not the planned case. How do you... Okay, I see where you go. How do you get there? Oh. Okay, hold on. Let's try it without these. Okay, so I think what was happening was that maybe I just wasn't getting it in there right. Oh yeah, like, really, I'm kind of surprised they don't have that for Battletech already, because, you know, like, customization is supposed to be, like, a thing in Battletech because, you know, of how often everything gets destroyed, and really you're just making do with what you can get your hands on instead of, like, repairing to factory spec. Okay, I really just need... Once I put in these shoulder joints, they really don't want to cooperate. Okay, let's do this another way. Oh! 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 Me and my dumb butt. Putting in the piece wrong. That's why it doesn't want to work. Sorry if I'm shouting. I'm actually a very quiet person, and so I'm just trying to fix that so everyone can actually hear me. I don't... Wow. There we go. Wow. Hopefully I never have to take that apart. Okay, B2. It's also going to be coming from the orange sprue. Wait. No. No. I did this wrong. That front piece is supposed to be from the white sprue. I looked at it wrong. Okay. To be fair, like, this is what I'm working off of. I thought the line parts were the parts that I would need. So, Oops. That probably means... Okay, I managed to get this part right. We're just going to put you off to the side because you're a spare part now. And then we're going to get the right chest piece. I mean, really, other than being a different color, I don't think it would mess with that with it that much. I mean, really, it's just more of a variety is the spice of life thing, I guess. Just there we go. Oh, and it went together easier too. Alright, now that we have that right, and B2 is also coming from the white sprue. Yeah, I think I've seen someone before trying to be like, hey, we need Battletech plastic kits, basically. And I'm pretty sure everyone would love them. And I think the premium kits that exist seem to be doing pretty well, and sometimes those come with some variant parts. Weren't going together evenly. So let's see. Well, seems like there's something not quite letting it go together all the way, but oh well. It's panel lighting. We'll just call it panel lighting. Alright, and ooh. Alright, so now we're going into the A sprue where we want some of the vernier thrusters from A8, which are going to be these two. Yeah, I guess the Landman Rodi is sort of like the Dom of the Iron-Blooded Orphans universe. Because, like, there's this really awesome scene in the Season 2 opener where they have it just, like, hover gliding through a canyon while its eye does the, you know, the whole Zaku swipe left and right thing that, you know, all the Zeon suits did. Which is... it's also probably the one reason everyone loves Zeon suits, because, you know, it's got that weird eye. Alright, and see, those move around so it can fly. Hey, Stowe! Welcome in. Yeah, we're already talking about stuff. And I'm already, you know, making a mistake of cutting apart the wrong sprues because some of the pieces are just the same but different colors and you're not supposed to use some of them. So they just become spare parts. Alright, so you go in there. Yeah, look at this thing. A big giant chest and then this tiny little waist. Like, this is your ab stomach section right here. Just this one little piece that just goes like back and forth, back and forth. That's it. That's all it does. Alright. PC4, that's you. A little soft plastic ball. Yeah, yeah. I mean, funnily enough, they're actually supposed to be coming out soon with something called entry grade. And supposedly, it's supposed to be so easy to assemble, you don't even need to have, tools for it, like the nippers. You could just, like, it's advertised that a feature will be you can just do everything with your hands. Yeah, Terry. But so far, it's doing better than the Barbados Lupus instructions, because Barbados Lupus, this stuff here is supposed to be in all the instructions, and they have different symbols. This specific one is like, oh, there's a ridge on one side of the piece. This is where you want that ridge facing towards the front. A lot of them will have like little thin pieces that are attached to the sprues, and they'll have like don't cut here warnings, like over here you can see, they'll have like those warnings. Barbados Lupus had none of these symbols throughout the entire instruction sheet. And it was like, wow, good thing that was like the 7th kit I've ever built, because I knew what to look for. I knew to pay attention to the pictures. Alright, so let's see. Now, for you, I do want the orange chest plate. Oh, yeah. See, I think I ended up just, like, being too paranoid to do that, but that's because also, like, my first kit I built, like, only 5 years ago, and I was just, like, worried about breaking it and destroying everything. Look at that friend shape. I might... These are really loose. Not sure I mean, this one's a little bit tighter. This one's really loose. I think I might... So, this was something I found out all of yesterday. If you ever want to tighten a joint, you just spread some super glue around it. Spin it around so, some of it spreads, it smooths out, but also it spreads on the inside. So, to help tighten the gap. And then you just let it sit for a couple of hours. Alright. Yeah, Terry. Yeah. Alright. Now we're doing the head. So let's see. I want the orange bottom. Yeah. Like, it really does. And when someone told me about that, I was just like, oh, why didn't I think of that? Because some of my other kits were really loose in holding the weapons, and I was trying to use green stuff to, thicken it up, and it's just like, this isn't working. This is doing nothing. I have no idea what to do because the green stuff would like go in and then it would uh, immediately just kind of like get too soft and wear out like super fast. They're just like, yeah, no, just do some super glue and, you know, just be very light with it. That way, if you need to, you can keep adding layers. It's just like, I don't, how did I never realize this before? Where are my... Did I not have stickers? Well, I don't know where those stickers are. If I ever find them, it will not be a problem to just remove the head, take it apart, and put it on. Or better yet, I can probably just paint it on. Actually, no, that's going to bug me. Let me see if I can find the stickers real fast. Okay. I found them. I found the stickers. Yeah. Yeah, no problem, Stowe. Have a good stream. Okay, I found the stickers. Wait, what? Oh, I can do that or that. I'm just going to do the very easy... See, here are the stickers. You got this one strip with nothing on it, so you could put the eye like everywhere else, I guess, for like if you wanted to pose. Because, you know, the head doesn't have a lot of mobility, so it, the eye, like I was saying, the eye does that Zaku thing where it, swivels. There we go. Not quite the most even. Yeah, and that's what that's supposed to look like. So clip that in there, like so. Put this on here, like so. That was a very satisfying click. And there's our friend-shaped head to go on our friend-shaped mech. Kind of looks like a little frog. It's actually funny because, like, in the show, the people who, oh, there is an ad break coming in. So I will try to stop talking. Oh, it just says ad starting soon. I don't know if that means it started or not. Okay, there we go. That looks like the ads are over. Yeah, it's like, oh, I guess they weren't starting it. As soon as I said it, they started. Alright. I have no idea what I was talking about, though. Alright, let's see, C7. It's one of these lovely shoulder pads. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. So it's kind of funny in the show because these mechs are piloted by a squad called the Muscle Squad, and the reason why is because, you know, their squad leader, Akihiro, is like a very large, buff man. But it's also a fact that, like, everyone in the squad, everyone who pilots a Landman Rodi used to be what was known as human debris, which is like, how to explain this, because it was something I only realized this time, and it's a very weird distinction to make, but it also mostly doesn't really matter in terms of context of the show. So like this belongs to the hero group called Tekkaden. Tekkaden used to be a bunch of, well, still are a bunch of child soldiers who got their freedom from the adults who were using them. But the thing is, some of those child soldiers were what's known as human debris, which is a legal slave class within the universe. Ew. You lost a lot. Uh-oh. I may have made a mistake. But some of them were human debris, which were, you know, again, a literal legal slave caste within the universe. Others, like Mikazuki, were basically child labor. Well, that's never coming off. Let me get some pliers. Okay, I'm back. So, you know, some of them were essentially child labor, and the big difference with that is, oh, basically, shit. Yeah, I put that on too soon, and the glue just absorbed. Oh well. Not gonna be able to fix that without destroying it, and I think I already did a good job. Whoops. Here. At least make them look even. That was my fault. Should have waited a couple hours, like I said. But anyways, the irony comes in. All the former human debris end up piloting this mobile suit, and there's a whole bunch of people go like, really, the Muscle Squad and this? But they're all so cute and adorable. That's all I wanted to say before I went on that huge tangent and apparently destroyed it. Okay. So let's see, I need A17, which is this piece right here. that one, A23, which is this piece. A24. It's really gonna bug me that I basically screwed this up. Oh well, I have no idea how to fix that, and fortunately I destroyed it. Alright, so let's see. This is going like that, and this is going like that. And that's our elbow joints, which is going to be sealed off with a 19, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, like I said, I'm used to the problem that my voice is sometimes hard to hear because I normally just talk very softly. So if there's something like the music is too loud or I'm too quiet, feel free to say something. Oh, come on. Did I? Oh, okay. Trying to put that part in wrong. I'm doing a lot of that today. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to want these parts. That's going to be 8. 15. Okay, so let's see. You're saying this usually goes in like that, and this piece goes like that. That's our elbow. So we need C3, and that's saying it should snap into place. Right. Yeah, I think that's right. Now, it's backwards because it's got that. You're not snapping into place. All right. Then you go like that. You did snap into place. All right, and see the shoulder does this, which is supposed to help with articulation. And the elbow bends like so. This little white pieces have a little pearlescent scheme going on. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but it's kind of nice to look at. And the hands. So I think this one only has one set of hands, which is all right. They don't need a lot of open hand poses. Alright, there we go. This goes over here. And the left arm, which is mostly just going to be a, well, I say mostly, it is going to be a repeat of what we just did, but with, you know, facing the other side. Let's see, then I want my other P6. You can just twist out of here. And where do you go again? You go... Oh. Come on. There we go. And another A27. Which is going to be you. That's right, you went into here. And then you went like this. Oh, come on. There we go. Go C7, which is the other shoulder pad. Go. Yeah, so how is everyone's Saturday going? Mine is a little weird because I live next to a college, so I'm actually going to be getting game stuff soon, unfortunately, because I'm that close to it. No, I did that wrong. Wait, no, I did that right. There we go. It's just throwing me off because I'm basically looking at this arm like this. Okay, 18, 22, and 28. So you... It's going to be you. How was it? 22. Yeah. All right, so there we go. So there, I want this facing like this. And I want the whole part facing out like that. I want this part facing like this. And I want this part going in like that. All right, let's see. Go. Go. And I need the other elbow piece, which is this. As soon as I found my clippers again. And I want no, they want it like this because the arm will be facing the other direction. Alright, and you go like that. There we go. C1. A25. There we go. Yeah. Strongman Landman Rodi. So now kind of turn the page. Okay, so legs. This is where the instructions get different. Because we actually have functionally different legs, as you can see. These look a lot more interesting to put together. Okay, so A310 and A312. U. Okay, and oh, we're just going to pretend I didn't just do that. These are the pizzas I'm supposed to be. This is why you actually pay attention to the pictures. To be fair, I have a sprue that's titled A3 and one that's just titled A, and I didn't pay attention. Which is entirely my fault. Okay, A310 and A312. And you go together like that. A316. Okay, this little orange piece. What's weird is they did release basically just this sprue by itself as part of an option kit because, you know, there are two slightly different mobile suits in the show. But they do that weird part where the option set is in green because the original sprue was in green. So it's kind of great if you want to convert a Man Rodi into a Landman Rodi, but it doesn't give you these colors, which are part of the Tekkadan faction colors. A4. A4. Oh, A4 is this, thankfully. Where the heck is an A4? I don't even have another sprue I haven't touched yet. A14, A3, A14. And A315. Okay, and somewhere it's saying there should be a divot, but I don't see one. Okay, that's not going to work. This, however, will. Okay, so this was the knee joint. This is going to be part of the actual foot. 421. A331. Okay. You go in here. And you go here. A420, which is going to be this part up here. Hey, this is the, hey Squishy, this is the Landman Rodi from Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. It's a, basically a ground version of the Man Rodi we see in Season 1. but it's been adopted by Tekkadan, which is why it's on these orange and white colors. Really, the main difference between it and the Man Rodi is the feet, because it has been adapted for ground use. It's actually kind of interesting to note because it's still basically piloted by all the human debris from the first season, which includes the original ones from Tekkadan, like Chad and Dante, but also the ones they picked up when Akihiro found his brother and the Gundam Gusion, like Ashton. Go A32 and 30. It's going to be down here. But yeah, so we're just building a nice friend-shaped Gundam. Straight build, no custom pieces. Although I did accidentally super glue a vernier thruster on the back of it and then try to ply it off with pliers. Not my best moment. So if you know how to unsuper glue parts, please feel free. And, oh, I want a PC3. Alright, where did you go? There we are. Okay, and we want you facing out. Yeah, I tried, like, literally as soon as I put it on, and it was just like, no. And then there's the problem that's a little bit on the soft plastic side. So like you can see where I immediately try to use pliers to pull it off. And yeah. I'm wondering if like maybe I buy nail solvent one day. I can just like slip it in there. But otherwise, that sucker's just stuck on there. Cold makes super glue brittle. Oh, yeah, I think I heard that. Like, put it in the freezer overnight or something. Yeah, I heard about that once with Warhammer parts. Or, you know, something like that. I can't remember what off the top of my head, but I think I've heard that before. Go into your little hole. Okay, and you should then go like so. If you would cooperate. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. Come on, work with me. I don't know if it's me or if it's this build, but surprisingly, this is somehow working out to be one of the more frustrating builds. I'm actually going to assume it's me because yesterday I was kind of frazzled after work, and that's why I ended up pushing back yesterday's stream until today. And today I kind of woke up. Today I didn't go to bed until like 7 o'clock this morning. Oh no! I've had I've had days like that. Oh, hey Max, thanks for the follow. Squishy, I forgot to thank you for your follow. Yeah, hey Max, welcome to the chat. Alright, now we're starting the other leg. I was saying words and I immediately forgot what they were. A311. Yeah, I just kind of, you know, like I think I was talking with you on Discord all night, but yeah, it's just like, oh, I'll finish watching Iron-Blooded Orphans, and then I will watch the Golden Girls to, you know, cleanse the trauma. And somewhere it was like 6 o'clock, and it's like, oh, I'll get a nap. Oh, wait, I have to go to Walmart because I have a delivery scheduled, even though I have no money. So it's like, go to Walmart at 7 o'clock in the morning to pick up a few packages of ramen. So I actually didn't go to sleep until like after 7. Hey, Cass, welcome back. Oh, no. Sorry about that. I just totally smacked the camera. I actually don't have a lot of clearance. Alright, now let's see. If you are like this, then you should be like so. Whew. Just took that flash right off. But yeah, the whole reason I accidentally superglued that vernier thruster on was because, funnily enough, you know, I put them on. I was like, oh, this one's got like some nice clearance to it, and meanwhile, this one's just like flippity flopping, ready to fly off. I was like, oh, you know, I'll do that super glue thing last night because it worked out so well when I did it with the Barbados Lupus waist and shoulders and the Love Phantom hand so it could hold the scythe better. And then I was like, you know, a thing I noticed last night was the super glue I'm using, which is this, dries really fast. So, you know, I was checking the dryness and I was like, oh, this is pretty dry right here. So I could just take that, put it on, it will be okay. It was not. It was not okay. Yeah. We are building a lovely friend-shaped Landman Rodi. I'm still laughing at how the show is like, oh, the biggest burly men in the show are piloting what is considered the cutest mech in the show. Although that said, apparently a thing Bandai does is Mobile Suit Variations, which is abbreviated to MSV. And basically it's just, they do a thing for every universe where they create variant suits that don't appear in the manga and anime. So somewhere Atra just has a mech, and it's like dressed up as a maid and is bright pink, and it's like the cutest thing. Now, when it says ads starting soon, I like it if it sped up the soon, so I wouldn't stop talking and just spend forever in silence waiting to say something again. Instead, I'm sitting here waiting for it to just start and try not to say anything poignant until then. There we go. Yeah, but so the funny thing is, like, you get Atra, who, you know, it's like this 14-year-old kid, makes like the cutest made mech for the Ironblood Orphans universe, which is probably one of the more serious Gundam universes ever, just because of the themes it specifically deals with. But yeah, super cute mech. Then you get Cudelia, who just like takes her idea of a mech and just overloads it with spikes and lances and spears, and it's just like this little red porcupine just like ready to stab somebody. It's just like such a completely different frame of thought. Oh, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Yeah, there we go. There we go. You know, I got ahead of myself. Like I said, I think it's me more than the kit. But I am doing stuff today. Come on, get in there. Well. Come on. I believe in you. I remember I had this one math teacher in high school. All I said was, I believe in you. But they never taught us anything. So it's like, do you believe in us who just like magically learn the material? There we go. I am adult. I know how to do things. Just not very well. Okay, so should be going in like that. And ta-da! I did it right. First try. A31. These two. These two little kneecaps. Alright, and then we want all of this lovely soft plastic, and we want number 3. There we go. Let's see. If I remember right, I had some trouble with your sibling knee. Exactly because of this reason. Where you don't want to go in. Where did I put my tweezers? There's where I put my tweezers. Whoop. Oh, wow. I've already been at this for an hour and a half. What? No. Huh. Wow. Oh, okay. I did not realize it had been... Wow. I did not realize it had been that much time already. Okay, so you go like that. Do you fit in better on this side? Is that how you want to work? I just want you to work in a way that will make you happy. So you will work for me in a way that makes me happy. And together, we can do that. We did it. We made a functioning kneecap, something I cannot say about my real life kneecaps. There. See? I totally didn't put that in wrong. Alright. So, if I'm not mistaken, that's actually it for the special instructions. So we can just toss those somewhere over there. And now we can start making the butt. Alright. Did I just like cut random spare parts at one time by accident? Do these not actually go anywhere? Okay. I'm okay. I'm fine. See, earlier, I accidentally got confused because, you know, there's this sprue, which is A, and then this sprue, which is A3. This is all the special feat stuff. So when I first read it, I accidentally cut off the pieces from here. And then when I started to put them together, I'm like, oh, wait, these look nothing like the pieces in the picture. I wonder why. And now it looks like they actually don't go anywhere, which, okay. It's a thing I've had happen before, just not like that. Like I said, when I got the Love Phantom when I was done, I was like, why is there this whole other, you know, headpiece? And it turned out that some of the pieces for the Love Phantom were shared with a completely different kit called the Justice Gundam. And, you know, instead of making a completely different sprue, they just saved money and, you know, just remade it for a different kit. Which, to be fair, I understand. And I am actually okay with, because one of the things I started learning just by environment is how much of a pain it is to make a completely new mold for something. And like a lot of the times it's basically, if we make a new mold, we have to completely get rid of the old one because we just won't have the room for it anymore. And it's like, okay, it actually makes sense to just reuse where you can, because it lets you save money from having to remake a whole mold. I mean, heck, like, you know, this thing. The original Rodi is, you know, one solid color, as you can see here. But, you know, this one is white and orange. So they literally just made the same sprue in two different colors and gave you two of the same sprue. Which is great because it means you do have extra parts, like, for example, where I cut off the wrong chest piece. When I say I'm having an off day, I mean I am having an off day. I've yet to do anything right for this so far. But it's okay. I haven't completely destroyed anything, so, you know, I got that going for me. So let's see. I need a 14, which is this part. But yeah, so I'm going to be keeping all these extra spare parts because, you know, why not? Like, I basically have a whole other torso and chest of a Landman Rodi that is just inverse colors of this. So I might as well just keep it. I mean, I don't have the entire chest because I'm missing the inside pieces, but I got the front and back. And some of the extra waist and leg armor, I think. So, you know, that'll be alright. That can come in handy sometime down the future, eventually, maybe. Like I said, I want to try and figure out how to make a spinner Rodi, which is a variant of this that they don't have a kit for, but they have a lot of pictures of. And okay, so you should be going like that. That's how that looks. And I figured out that one of the other kits they make actually in the lore is supposed to have a lot of spinner Rodi parts. So it's like, oh, I can get that and then get a regular man Rodi, which is a lot cheaper than this because This has to come with a whole other kit, which honestly I didn't want the whole other kit. But it came with a whole other kit, and it's like, okay, it's there. It exists now. But, B. B. Okay, so is that supposed to be the orange bee or the white bee? Orange. Okay. But yeah, if I get that whole other kit and a man Rodi, I can actually get most of a spinner Rodi. And then I just have to figure out how to get the headpiece because that doesn't exist so far. Okay, so you go like that. And that's going to be you. You know, I could have sworn I started this stream only like 10, 20 minutes ago. I did not realize it's already been over an hour and a half. And wow, okay. Huh, that is interesting. Hold on. Okay, so I don't know if you saw that. So like, you have this piece, which goes into here. Got that nice little, you know, hollow thing going on there. And then this just goes on top of it. Oh! Hold on. That is neat. I've never seen that before. It's got a slide out thingy. That's amazing. Look at it. You can see it right there. Just oh my god, that's awesome. Sorry, that just very excited me for a second. I've never seen that before. Okay, so B9. It's going to be U. C19. And boom. C14. It's going to be U. I'm really glad the only sticker for this part is the eye, because I'm not exactly impressed with Bandai's stickers. I mean, they stay on forever and somehow, like, stick forever. Because, like, I have stickers from a Wing Zero that I built, like, 5 years ago. They still stay on. There's a problem where they didn't go on properly the first time, so like they still have edges that peel, but you can just push those on and they'll stay on for a while. But the sticker main core of the sticker, that's not coming off. That's just staying there forever. So on the one hand, they're really great. On the other hand, I really don't like them, and I completely forgot I had alarms just set all over the place. So I apologize for that Death Star alarm screaming into your ear for, I think, the second time this stream. All right. Go. So this is the front piece, I think. Yeah, because if this is the back with its little... Oh my god, I'm... That's gonna be my fidget spinner from now on. Alright, okay, so B4, which are these two hip pieces. I'm going to like go back and make a clip of me discovering that, because it's just like I cannot explain how me finding that out was just like I just can't explain the serotonin that went through my brain on figuring that out. It's like easily one of the best moments of my life, which is probably sad. Oh boy. Alright, so you go on there. You go on there. See, if you notice the instructions, it tells you to attach the legs and then just lift up the side skirts. I don't do that because, honestly, that never works out for me. So I'd rather just do this. Ta-da! It still works. Then I don't have to fight with it. Or worry about it popping off, only for me to have to... Oh. There we go. That one wasn't wanted to cooperate properly. Yes. Ah! See what I mean about stuff just popping off when you put it together? Okay, there we go. Probably gonna have to try that super glue thing. Look at this fringe shape. Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing. He's all fringe shaped. Okay, now we're putting together the weapons. These should be pretty straightforward. No. What are all these extra parts? Oh! These are the original feet and leg pieces. That's what these are. Huh. Oh, so, hold on. Oh. That's what, I bet you that's what those extra pieces are from. They're from the original, the original, yeah. Wait. No, the pieces I cut off still aren't here. Okay, but okay, so I even have pieces to make like the space legs in white. I wonder if the Landman wrote. I don't remember them changing out the legs for when it went into space, but now I'm gonna have to go back and check. Okay, that's neat. Sorry, that's just really neat to me. Okay, and then you got your little submachine gun. And now for that. You see, I still got like these, and I don't know what they go to. But I also have extra Bernier thrusters, which are actually supposed to be, well, actually supposed to be for the space feet. Although, if when I try to fix the accidental super gluing tonight, I will very definitely have spares. Okay, that's neat. So I actually have a lot of spare parts from this kid. Like, a lot. I'm actually okay with that. I was not expecting so many spare parts. But yeah, I remember when I first thought, you know what, I'm going to buy Gunpla or, you know, Gundam models. I easily had a dream where I was just going to be like, get every suit owned by the Tekiden faction. Look at that friend shape. But there is a problem that a lot of them went out of production really fast because a lot of them were just premium Bandai stuff, which is like, oh, it's normal Gundam model kits with a limited event run, basically. So, like, I still need to get Norbishino's Ryuseigo the Third, which is a Shiden variant. Ride Mass had another Shiden variant, which was actually Norma Shino's previous after he gave it up, with a different color scheme and I think a slightly different headpiece. And then Orga Itsuka has a special Shiden frame that is just all his. You know, this stream went by so much faster than I thought it would. Like, I was expecting a whole other 2.5 hour stream. And then not only is it not even 2 hours, it just flew by so much faster than I thought it would. Oh boy. Yeah, that's it. This is the completed Landman Rodi. He's all friend-shaped. And, like, you wouldn't know it, but this guy hurts. He hurts a lot of people, and he hurts inside. Oh, hey, Radiant. Thanks for the follow. But, yeah. I still feel like the stream only started 10 minutes ago and now we're already done with the Landman Rodi. I didn't even, wow. That just flew by a lot faster than I thought it would. Whew. All right. Yeah, I mean, there are, okay, like, seriously, there are a lot of extra parts. You go here-ish. Some accidental parts that I cut out that apparently go to nothing. And then I still got, like, these whole 2 sprues on top of it. So, like, I can make the space legs for this. They will be white instead of orange, which would be interesting to see. I can make a whole I can change out the waist and basically make a whole inverse color scheme of it, especially with the space legs. So, you know, I could have, I'd still have white arms, but I could have, you know, this whole piece orange and orange top, white jaw and white chest. Then I could have a whole white skirt and legs, a whole white bottom. Like, I could actually do a lot with this. The only reason I can't change the color on the arms is because you know, they didn't come with orange parts for that. Like, there's, like, so really the only kit I've done so far that had extra spots, extra pieces was the Gundam Love Phantom from Build Divers. That one, sorry, I'm actually not the best at speaking. I had a speech impediment when I was a kid, so sometimes it still traps me up. I am going to have to figure out how to do that because I don't have any more of an internal frame, but like I could probably actually pull that off. The only issue would be I don't have anything connecting the waist, but if I could get something to just like act as a placeholder for that, I could just have an inverse chibi with no arms. I lost my train of thought of where I was going though. Oh, the Gundam Love Phantom. So the Gundam Love Phantom actually at one point shares a sprue with the Justice Gundam, I think. So I actually have a whole extra head that is actually just the Justice Gundam's head, but without the internal parts. So if I wanted to, I could turn around, take the Love Phantom, and give him a pink head instead of the black, more Death Scythe looking head he has. Or it has. But like, you know, I could do that. So I have, this is a lot of spare parts. I have no idea what to do with all of this. And it actually has me a little bit scared because this was part of a premium Bandai kit that comes with the Landman Rodi and another mech called the Gorilla Scharfrichter. Hold on. I actually have it. It you know, comes with pieces to make these mechs. So like, which honestly I didn't want this, but you know they came together, so I didn't really get a choice. But yeah, so it came with this, so it has like all of this extra part, and it kind of does the same thing because like I've looked at it before. I have two of these. Oh, wait, let me get that up in the camera. I have two of these shield sprues. One comes in brown, one comes in gray. Then I also have two of these. And this is for the pike piece. Like, nowhere does this mech ever use two of these. So it's like, okay. I just got a lot of that now. But there is a Rodi variant called the Garm Rodi, and it's got foot pieces, foot armor, leg armor that looks just like these shields, like even to the point where it's the same color. And so like, you know, I could easily make that. I got extra Rodi pieces where I can use it. It'll be a little bit more orange than it is in the anime, where the anime was like a very big brown mech. But, you know, it's a thing I can make. But, yeah. That was a very fast 2 hours. my cat is reminding me that it is now dinner time. So, you know, I hope everyone had a nice, fun, chill stream. This is like one of my favorite mechs from Iron Blood Orphans, which, as I was saying earlier, is hilarious because when it had the space feet, I did not like it. I did not like it at all. As soon as they made it a ground feet and it could like hover like a Dom, I was like, okay, I'm into this. Probably says something about me. But yeah, so I hope everyone had like a really super chill stream. You know, I'm going to be. I think for the first time, I actually have an idea for a stream schedule, and it's basically going to be finishing my Gundam backlog, and then if I can catch up on bills and stuff, I'm probably going to be getting like trying to do like one new kit a week or so, or I guess every couple of weeks, because let's face it, after a while the kits just get ridiculously expensive just because they're either premium or they're super rare because they're so old. Well, not necessarily super rare, but you know, rarer, and that drives up the price. But and then when I run out of those, I might be going to trying to do custom Gunpla, because there is a Rodi variant, the spinner Rodi. Ever since I've seen it, I just really want to make it, but there is no kit for it. I figured out I can get most of it from the Gundam, one of the Gundam Astaroth kits, because the second form just uses a lot of spinner Rodi armor. So I can get that. The only thing I have to figure out is the chest piece, because the Gundam frames, they don't have that little, they don't have, you know, this little spin part. That's, you know, the Ahab wave reactor. So I have to figure that out. And I need to get like one of those thruster backs from the back of like a Psycho Zaku. And so I can just like slap that on the bottom. But other than that, the only thing I have to figure out is the head. But I'm not really that concerned about it, because like, oh, if it's a spinner Rodi custom, then it's okay if I have, you know, this nice little French-shaped head. But yeah. So, I have a French-shaped Rodi now. Thank you for joining me, everyone. This was really fun. I hope it was really chill and, you know, it helped you relax and have a nice Saturday. My cat is reminding me that it's dinner, so I need to go and feed him so he stops putting holes in my arm. Alright. So, thank you, everyone, and I hope the rest of your Saturday is great. I probably would build an army of Leos, except I don't really like the Leo. Alright. So, have a good one, everyone, and see you next time.